The rain whispered against the windows, a soft, persistent rhythm that matched the heavy silence in room 5B. The classroom buzzed with the chatter of children, but in one quiet corner sat a girl, still, silent, nearly invisible to the world around her. Her name was Emily. 11 years old, but her eyes held the tired weight of someone who had already seen too much. Her clothes were faded and worn, her shoes torn at the seams. Her books were held together by tape, her bag a collection of stitched-up patches. But the most broken thing about her was invisible, her belief in herself. Emily never raised her hand. She never laughed. She never looked up. She wasn't defiant or rude. She simply existed in the background. Until the day Mr. James arrived. He was the new teacher. A tall, thoughtful black man with deep, watchful eyes. He had a calm voice and a quiet presence that made students lean in just to hear him better. But most importantly, Mr. James had a gift: he saw people. Not just grades or behavior. He saw hearts. And he saw Emily. He noticed how she stayed behind after class to quietly gather her scattered books. How she stared at her notebook but rarely wrote anything down. How she looked as if she was waiting for the world to give her a reason to believe she mattered. But Mr. James didn't confront her. He didn't call her out in front of the class. Instead, one rainy afternoon, he simply knelt beside her desk and said softly, "I was working on this math problem earlier, and it confused me a little too. Want to try figuring it out together?" Emily didn't respond at first. But she didn't say no either. The next day, after the bell rang, she lingered again. Mr. James was waiting, a gentle smile on his face, with 2 pencils and a blank worksheet between them. Over the next few weeks, that space between them became something sacred. A few shared words turned into real questions. A quiet nod turned into a small smile. Slowly, gently, Mr. James began planting something in Emily that no one else had: hope. Then one day, as the rain once again danced on the windows, Emily looked up and whispered, "Do you think someone like me can become something?" Mr. James didn't smile or offer empty praise. He looked her in the eyes, really looked, and said, "You already are something, Emily. You just haven't seen it yet. But you will. And when you do, the world will, too." Something shifted that day. Emily started answering questions in class. She stayed a few minutes longer in the library. She helped a younger student pick up her spilled crayons. She wasn't just changing, she was growing. Months passed. Then came the school's annual speech contest. To everyone's surprise, Emily signed up. Her speech topic: "One teacher, one life." The auditorium was packed. Emily stood on stage, her hands shaking slightly but her chin lifted. Her voice was steady, not loud, but full of truth. "I used to think I was invisible. That my story didn't matter. That I wasn't smart enough, or brave enough, or good enough. But someone saw past all that. Someone believed in me before I could believe in myself." She paused, her eyes searching the crowd until they found Mr. James. "He didn't just teach me math or grammar. He taught me that I mattered. That even the quietest voices deserve to be heard. That kindness is louder than fear." There wasn't a dry eye in the room when she finished. The applause went on and on. She won, of course. But it was more than just a trophy. Emily had claimed her place in the world. Years passed. Emily became a brilliant lawyer, specializing in children's rights. She fought for kids who had been forgotten, neglected, overlooked, because she knew what that felt like. But no matter how far she went, she never forgot where she came from, or who helped her begin. One crisp autumn morning, a sleek black car pulled up outside her old school. She stepped out, tall, confident, graceful, and walked the familiar halls to the library, where an older Mr. James was sitting with a group of students, still giving his time, still teaching with love. She stood quietly for a moment, watching. Then softly said, "Mr. James. I'm about to walk into the biggest courtroom of my life today. But I need the man who first taught me how to use my voice. Will you come with me?" Mr. James looked at her, eyes soft, voice warm. "Of course. Let's go show the world what light can do." This story is not just about a student and a teacher. It's about compassion, about the power of one human being who chooses to see another not as they are, but as they could be. It's about how a single act of kindness can echo through a lifetime.